with as many as 13 England players unavailable. This is largely the Six Nations squad Eddie Jones had to pick. Although there will be gripes from Devon and Coventry that Don Armand, Ollie Woodburn and Dan Robson are yet again not selected. A minor prop crisis has forced Jones' hand in the front row. Jones himself admitted that Loosehead was the toughest selection choice of the lot. Eddie Jones' hand was forced into selecting 8 uncapped players for England's Six Nations. "We've lost Joe Marler through his suspension," he said. Ellis Genge, Matt Mullen, the rapper, Beno Obeno, knee injury. "So he's gone, but he might be back during the Six Nations at some stage, so it's given a guy like Alec Hepburn, who has been a good performer for his club." Young prop went on the Saxons tour 2 years ago, so again great opportunity for him. To be fair to Exeter's Hepburn and Harlequins' Lewis Boyce, though they have impressed recently, but if all were fit they would unlikely make the squad. One of those is very likely to play against Italy too, as backup to Marco Vunipola. The other aspect worth mentioning from Thursday's announcement is the removal of Zach Mercer's apprentice asterisk again. Injuries have caused this revision. Billy Vunipola and Nathan Hughes are both crocked, so it now seems there will be a shootout between Bath's Mercer and Exeter's Sam Simmons for the No 8 shirt in Rome on February 4th. Vunipola is unlikely to be seen for the entire tournament after fracturing his arm. Wasps scrum half Dan Robson and Exeter flanker Don Armand have missed out once again. Harlequins prop Lewis Boyce has benefited from Joe Marler's ban and Ellis Genge's injury. The Mercer situation means he's got a shorter apprenticeship than was first envisaged, said Jones. He's now fully available for selection. "He's done well for Bath. I've been really impressed by his work rate off the ball. There's a certain hardness about his game. He's always been one of those gifted boys, but now he's doing the tough things. I've been really impressed, and he could certainly get an opportunity during the Six Nations." The other apprentice, 18-year-old Marcus Smith, has as many as 3 stars next to his name. 1 for his uncapped status and 2 for his boot-cleaning role. Any more marks and the teenagers will need 2 lines on the press release. Another absentee is the much-tipped Gloucester scrum half Ben Valakat, 22. Sportsmail understands the man who played for Scotland U20s is in the wider EPS England performance squad, which is no longer made public, but was not named in the Six Nations party despite Gregor Townsend, the Scotland coach, believing he would be. Bath forward Zach Mercer has graduated from an apprentice to an option in the back row. Ben Valakat is not selected despite Scotland boss Gregor Townsend believing he would be. Jones did reveal that Valakat, Robson and Richard Wigglesworth were 3 backup options at scrum half if an injury fells his 2 main picks. "I see them pretty regularly," Jones said. "It's difficult having more than 2 half-backs in a camp because then you limit their training time, and training time is so important for us. That's one of the reasons when we've got an extended period of training time, I'll bring more half-backs in." Interestingly, Jones now sees Jack Nowell as a real option at outside centre, alongside Ben Teo, Jonathan Joseph and Henry Slade. But what was not a surprise is Jones adopting a siege mentality before the Six Nations. Interestingly, Jones now sees Jack Nowell, typically a winger, as a real option at outside centre. "If you read the papers, then we might as well not turn up," he smiled. "I don't even know why we're having this press conference. Ireland are dominating Europe. Their sides are going well. They have this central contracting system that allows them to have their players at their peak, as you've seen. We've got 13 players out, so we've got no hope. I'm not bookmaker, but I know we have a squad that's good enough and that will work very hard and maximize the ability we have and put us in a position to win the Six Nations." Realistically, whatever squad Jones picked, his side will certainly go into the championship as the team to beat. Jones believes Ireland's centrally contracted system makes them favourites for Six Nations. Mike Brown, Harlequins; Nathan Earl, Saracens; Harry Mallender, Northampton Saints; Johnny May, Leicester Tigers; Denny Solomona, Sale Sharks; Anthony Watson, Bath Rugby; inside backs Danny Kerr, Harlequins; Owen Farrell, Saracens; George Ford, Leicester Tigers; Jonathan Joseph, Bath Rugby; Alex Luzowski, Saracens; Jack Noel, Exeter Chiefs; Henry Slade, Exeter Chiefs; Ben Teo, Worcester Warriors; Marcus Smith, Harlequins; Ben Youngs, Leicester Tigers; Gary Graham, Newcastle Falcons; Nick Isiaquet, Saracens; Maro Atoge, Saracens; George Cree, Saracens; Courtney Laws, Northampton Saints; Joe Launchbury, Wasps; Zach Mercer, Bath Rugby; Chris Rushaw, Harlequins; Sam Simmons, Exeter Chiefs; Sam Underhill, Bath Rugby; Lewis Boyce, Harlequins; Dan Cole, Leicester Tigers; Tom Dunn, Bath Rugby; Jamie George, Saracens; Dylan Hartley, Northampton Saints; Alec Hepburn, Exeter Chiefs; Kyle Sinclair, Harlequins; Marco Vunipola, Saracens; Harry Williams, Exeter Chiefs. Uncapped apprentice player, club, Saracens; age 23, position, wing. About Earl has been at Sarries since the age of 14 and is thought of highly at Alliance Park. He turned out for England in the non-cap international against the Barbarians back in May after his lightning pace impressed the national coaches. He has 5 premiership tries this term. Club, Northampton; age 21, position, full-back, fly half. About son of former Saints director of rugby Jim Mallender has emerged as one of the few bright sparks at Franklin's Gardens this season. Equally adept at full-back and fly half, the 21-year-old's skills in attack have caught the eye this season. Club, Harlequins; age 18, position, fly half. About still considered an apprentice by Eddie Jones. The 18-year-old Smith made history last week by penning a contract worth more than £230,000 per year. Smith will be challenging for the No 10 shirt in years to come, but won't be considered for at least the clash with Italy on February 4th. Club, Newcastle; age 25, position, flanker. About former Scotland under-20 international Graham was contacted by national coach Gregor Townsend to represent the senior side. After impressing in the Falcons' back row this season, however, Jones made him aware he was on the England radar and subsequently opted for the Red Rose. Club, Bath; age 20, position, back row. About Mercer received his first call-up to the England senior squad for last year's autumn internationals. However, Jones made it clear he would be treated as an apprentice player in the squad. He has now had that lifted and will be considered for selection with a dearth of options at No 8 due to injuries to Billy Vunipola and Nathan Hughes. Club, Harlequins; age 21, position, prop. About arguably the biggest surprise in this squad selection. Boyce was called up for the first time following clubmate Joe Marler's 6-week ban and injuries to Matt Mullen of Wasps and Ellis Genge of Leicester. Club, Bath; age 25, position, hooker. About one of 3 hookers in England's 35-man squad. Dunn has been included in Jones's training camps since last summer, has been a regular fixture in the Bath front row and has already accrued 51 appearances for the Rec outfit. Club, Exeter; age 25, position, prop. About born in Perth, Australia, Hepburn is a former England under-20 international. His displays during the course of the 2015-16 season put him on the England radar. He was hampered by injury during the Chiefs' title-winning campaign last year but has started this strongly with his side sitting pretty at the top of the ladder again.